Hundreds of thousands of Cubans have taken part in a commemoration to honor their former leader, Fidel Castro. They were joined by the presidents of Venezuela, Bolivia, South Africa and Zimbabwe. Chants of Viva Fidel resounded across Havana's Revolution Square as people paid tribute to a revolutionary. For many, particularly in Latin America and Africa, Castro was a symbol of resistance to imperialism. He died on Friday at the age of 90. The US, Canada and the UK are among the nations who chose not to send their leaders. TRT World's Ediz Tiyansan is there in Havana. Ediz, what is the mood like in Plaza de la Revolución right now?
Well, for most of them, I think it's already a tired crowd because they've been waiting here for many hours. They've arrived late in the afternoon. As you can see, just moments ago, they've called it the night. The speeches by the dignitaries up on that stage, on that platform behind me, they've just come to an end, and now it's time to go back. But they've intently listened to those speeches for many hours. As you've pointed it out, the closest allies of Cuba, countries like Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia, Nicaragua, have sent their highest level of dignitaries. But also outside of Latin America, we've seen representatives from many countries, including South Africa, Iran, Greece, and many others, really. And they've all of their representatives made speeches that are praising Fidel Castro. And we could see that the crowd was really cheering a lot in response to these speeches. So I think the initial sadness of sorrow gradually is giving its way to more of unity, strength, and hope for the future. We could see from the crowds constantly chanting, "Long live the revolution." And remember that they're also here lining up for many days now to sign the book, one of the books of condolences. They're essentially pledging allegiance to the revolution. In a way, they're giving the message that even though their leader is now gone, his legacy is still in the minds and hearts of Cuban people.
And this is just the beginning of a few days of mourning in Cuba. What other commemorations will be taking place?
Well, we're just in the middle of the 9-day-long mourning period, and as of Wednesday, the remains of Fidel Castro will be taken on a 900-kilometer-long, 3-day road trip, essentially stopping over in many cities. It will be reaching the city of Santiago in the east of the country. And along the way, many people across the country who didn't get a chance to come to Havana to pay their respects will manage to see this cortege and will go there to pay their respects. And after 3 days, come Sunday, his remains will reach Santiago, and there will be the final funeral there for his remains to be buried there. As you know, it is a very symbolic town because Santiago de Cuba is very much the town itself where the Cuban Revolution was started by Fidel Castro himself, and that's what made Cuba what it is today.
The birthplace of the revolution, indeed. Thank you very much for that, Ediz Tiyansan, live in Havana.